Wolfgang Van Halen has spent most of his life in the shadow of a legend. The son of guitar virtuoso Eddie Van Halen and actress Valerie Bertinelli, he grew up surrounded by fame and expectations he never asked for. Behind the smiles and bright lights, his story has been one of loss, solitude, and the fight to prove he was more than just a name. Music ran in his blood, but being Eddie's son came with constant comparison. From the moment he could walk, the world had already decided who he should be. Yet inside, Wolfgang waged a quiet battle to be his own person. At home, life was surprisingly ordinary. Valerie and Eddie gave him space to grow, grounding him in routine, family dinners, and laughter. Despite rock stars dropping by, he spent more time with toys and cartoons than instruments, unaware that music would one day define him. That changed when he discovered his father's Van Halen records. "I saw my name on the box," he said, and asked my dad, "What's this?" That moment revealed that his father wasn't just a parent. He was a hero to millions. With that realization came pressure. Every note he played would be measured against a legend. Yet even as a child, Wolfgang knew he didn't want to be the next Eddie Van Halen. He wanted to be the first Wolfgang Van Halen, a choice that would shape his music, relationships, and resilience. While the world loved Eddie, Wolfgang's childhood was quiet and grounded. Valerie shielded him from fame, filling their home with warmth and structure. Amid guitars and gold records, his early years were defined by routine, family, and the rare sound of silence, a foundation that would help him rise on his own terms. At home, Eddie Van Halen wasn't the wild rock star the world adored. He was gentle, patient, and often shy. He encouraged Wolfgang's curiosity, but never pushed him toward music. "He's the reason I do what I do," Wolfgang said later, "but he never told me what I had to be." That balance of guidance and freedom planted the first seeds of independence. Around age 8, music quietly took over his world. Eddie handed him drumsticks and a stack of magazines saying, "If you can hit these in time, that's what playing drums is." No stage lights, no audience, just rhythm, patience, and discipline. Soon, Wolfgang had a small drum kit and spent hours practicing, pushing himself while his father watched quietly. By 9, he'd already impressed his uncle Alex Van Halen. Even with growing skill, Wolfgang's childhood remained innocent. Visits to rehearsals felt like playing with oversized toys. His parents ensured he could enjoy being a child before the world's expectations caught up. In that safe space, he developed humility, curiosity, and quiet strength, the same rhythm that would later help him navigate fame and loss. By his teens, the rhythm of childhood drumming evolved into a fascination with guitar. Living in a house where rock history had been written, he didn't want to copy his father. Eddie was more instinct than instruction, leaving Wolfgang to teach himself. Late nights spent studying tabs, experimenting with melodies, and listening to modern bands helped him develop a sound rooted in rhythm, but shaped by adolescence. "It was important I develop my own skills and sound," he told Spin. Even as he found his voice, the world saw only Eddie Van Halen's son. His mother tried to shield him, but the press and public attention were relentless. Then, in 2006, everything changed. Eddie invited him to jam with Van Halen, and his talent was undeniable. Alex Van Halen was floored. "That's Wolf?" When Eddie asked the 15-year-old to join Van Halen as bassist, Wolfgang hesitated, aware of accusations of nepotism. He agreed, with one humorous condition: no bass solos. The 2007 to 2008 reunion tour with David Lee Roth tested him like never before. For the first time, he was not just a son, but an artist, ready to earn his place through curiosity, discipline, and determination. By age 12, Wolfgang had turned to guitar, but not under his father's guidance. "My dad wasn't the best teacher," he later joked. Eddie would just say, "Do this," then play something impossible. So Wolfgang taught himself, studying tabs from System of a Down and Blink-182, determined to find his own sound. "It was important I develop my own skills and my own sound," he told Spin. By 15, Eddie invited him to join Van Halen as their new bassist, replacing Michael Anthony. For fans, it was nepotism. For Wolfgang, it was a trial by fire. Every show, every note was a test of legitimacy, he admitted. Yet the 2007 to 2008 reunion tour and the 2012 album A Different Kind of Truth proved he belonged. Still, the criticism left scars. "That did a lot of damage to me," he said years later. After years on tour, Wolfgang sought independence. In 2013, he joined Tremonti, Creed guitarist Mark Tremonti's band, learning an entire set overnight before hitting the road. He recorded 2 albums with them while balancing his Van Halen duties. Tragedy struck in 2020 when Eddie's cancer returned, and Wolfgang lost his father on October 6th. "Some days are better than others," he told Carson Daly, tears streaming. "I feel like crawling in a hole every day, but I know my dad would be pissed if I did." He channeled that grief into music. In 2021, Wolfgang released his debut solo album, Mammoth WVH, a nod to his father's first band and a declaration of independence. Performing every instrument himself, he called it 100% all me. The lead single, Distance, a tribute to Eddie, topped the Billboard Hard Rock chart and earned a Grammy nomination. At the 2022 Grammys, he posed with his mother and girlfriend, joking, "We came, we saw, but we did not conquer." Beneath the humor was the weight of legacy, survival, and finally, validation as Wolfgang Van Halen. The artist he had always meant to be. "I guess I'm following in his footsteps," Wolfgang said quietly. That year, he took Mammoth WVH on tour, not as a bassist, but as a frontman. It terrified him. "I was sitting in the dressing room thinking, I don't know if I can do this," he admitted. Yet the moment he stepped on stage, everything changed. For the first time, he played his own songs, a new life, a new name. In 2023, Wolfgang married photographer Andrea Alsop at their Los Angeles home, surrounded by friends and family. During the ceremony, Eddie Van Halen's instrumental 316, written for Wolfgang's birth, played as he and his mother walked down the aisle. "It was a way to include my dad," he said softly. That same year, he released his second album, Mammoth 2, again performing every instrument himself. Confidence had grown, but humility remained. "Luckily, people are starting to become fans of the music first, and only then realize who my dad was," he told Guitar.com. In March 2024, he performed at the Oscars with Ryan Gosling and Slash, a surreal moment that showed the world he was more than a shadow. "I felt like a fish out of water. But for a moment, the world saw me for what I truly am, a musician." From a little boy drumming on magazines to a man creating his own sound, Wolfgang Van Halen has turned grief into greatness. He's not just carrying his father's name, he's redefining it.